I still think that people like to go into stores and explore what's out there and talk to somebody about a particular product, whether they've seen it from something we've done on Facebook or through our, college. Doesn't matter where they see it, but then if they go into a store, I think it's a great opportunity for them to get to learn more inside of a store as opposed to just online.
This is the E-Commerce Braintrust, a podcast about building momentum online for established consumer brands. Join our hosts and their expert guests for high-level conversations about e-commerce strategies, trends, and innovations. Access our Braintrust and boost your brand's e-commerce potential.
Hello and welcome back to the Ecommerce Braintrust podcast. I'm your host, Kiri Masters, and today I am speaking with a current client of Bobsled Marketing, Casey Sabol from Yolked. What I really enjoyed about this conversation with Casey is her experience both as a entrepreneur in the trenches doing absolutely everything with her e-commerce brand initially, and how that led her to being the brand manager of this sports nutrition company, Yolked, which has proprietary technology backed by a public company, working with an innovative product to make a big splash with its launch. They currently sell to a brick and mortar retail chain as well as on Amazon. So the coordination of those two channels together and building up an omnichannel strategy right from the beginning has been very successful for them so far, given the purchasing behavior of their target demographic. I hope you enjoy this interview with Casey Sabol from Yolked. Welcome back to the show. I'm Kiri Masters, and I'm here today with Casey Sabol, who is the brand manager at Myos Rens, and here today to talk about a new brand launched by Myos Rens in the nutrition category. Welcome to the show, Casey.
Hi, Kiri. Thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So currently you're a brand manager at Myos Rens, which has a new sports nutrition brand called Yolked. And the background on how we know each other and how I came to be introduced to you and your company is you're a current client of Bobsled Marketing. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And you have a really interesting e-commerce background that I'd love to get into in a bit more detail as well. But first of all, tell us what Yolked is as a product, because I think that this is really intriguing.
Sure. First, just a little bit about Myos Rens. They are just a world-leading research and development company, and they have been working with advanced nutrition products. And the product has been around. Yolked is brand new. It was named a few things prior to being called Yolked. But what Yolked is fertilized egg yolk, and it's done and it's processed through a patented process using HPP, which is a cold pressure process that keeps the integrity so there is no heat. And these unique fertilized egg yolks have been clinically shown to help increase lean muscle mass. So it's an incredible product. We're really excited about it. There is nothing like it on the market today, Kiri. Fortitropin is something that Myos Rens has to themselves, to their own. This is, again, it's a proprietary process.
So people are using this to substitute out traditional sort of whey protein. Is that the idea, that this is a superior form of, like a more bioavailable form of protein?
It's actually not a protein, and that's what's so unique about this. It's almost in a category by itself. We like to call it protein's perfect partner. It actually helps protein do its job even better. It's not a protein. It helps enhance your protein. And it basically helps enhance all of your nutrition. It's not necessarily just protein. It is a product that works to increase lean muscle and sort of slow muscle loss. it's something that it's not a protein if you look at the nutrition panel, and it is not a supplement. It's actually a food. So it does have a nutrition panel, but it's not protein. It's the fortitropin that actually enhances the protein that you consume. And combined with exercise, it has been clinically shown to help increase 3 times more muscle than a placebo group in a 12-week study. So it's an incredible product. And, we're just receiving amazing testimonies from athletes, professional athletes, college athletes, and just everyday recreational athletes, and the results that they're seeing adding this to their sports nutrition and or healthy diet that they follow. The results that they're seeing are incredible. So we're really excited about this product.
And is that the core target for this product, is the athlete, whether professional or the weekend warrior?
What's exciting about this product is athletes are loving it for increasing their speed and strength and recovery. And then for the 40 plus, it's great for anybody who's looking to sort of slow down that aging process. Every year that we age, 40 and up or 30 and up, we're losing muscle mass every year. So it's a great product that sort of, helps us age better and slow down that muscle loss that we experience and keep more lean muscle, which, we know all the benefits of keeping more lean muscle, better metabolic rate and, less body fat, more energy, great recovery. So it works for both. I think the 40 plus really likes it for that. And the younger athlete really loving it for improved, as I said, strength, muscle, recovery, speed, endurance, all of those things. So I think it speaks to both.
Excellent. Well, as a brand manager, obviously you think about this all the time, but that comes with its own challenges because those two market segments are quite different, both in, what they resonate with, where they're buying products. And in this conversation, I really want to get into distribution because you're selling Yolked both on Amazon and in stores now. But just a prelude to what we're going to talk about later on. First of all, I'd like to go back in your career history as well and how you came to be the brand manager at Myers Rand's, because you're an entrepreneur yourself with your own e-commerce company called Lizzie Juice.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that company and the overall story there? And then you're also working at Myers Rand's in a, different vertical, but similar, sort of product category challenges, being food as well, like you mentioned.
Right. I started a company called Lizzie J's Juice, named after my kids, several years ago, after spending 20 plus years in the fitness industry as a personal trainer, aerobic instructor, fitness coach. And so when I started my juice cleanse company, I learned all the ins and outs of manufacturing and creating and selling a fresh product, which back when I started, we didn't even have processing called HPP, which is actually interesting because that's what Yolked used as well. Yes. So I was very familiar with that process. And it's a wonderful process that is really allowing for better for you products to come to market, avoiding the heat and allowing for fresh to stay there and keeping the integrity of the ingredients that are there. So, I'm familiar with that process. And with a juice cleanse company, when I first started, it was, again, a short shelf life. So it really did not have a retail play. And I just got very schooled on doing online and learning how to build a brand online with e-commerce. I was, the product was not a fit for Amazon at the time. And so I was, mostly familiar with growing the brand direct to consumer nationwide online through our store. So, over the years, as I grew the brand, I, became familiar with everything from manufacturing to marketing to supply chain to co-packers and all of that good stuff. So I sold the company a couple years ago and have been doing some consulting, and I partnered up with Yolked. The CEO, Joe Manello, is an incredible visionary, very passionate about the brand. And so I'm excited to be here and help them grow this brand and utilize what I've learned over the past 10 years from sales, marketing, distribution, manufacturing, and help apply that to growing these two brands.
We certainly got into one of the most challenging categories with fresh food.
Yes.
Also, very short shelf life and very specific production requirements and therefore very specific distribution requirements, and an e-commerce company right from the beginning to boot.
Right. And that was all, if I would have known what those struggles were going to be, I certainly would have picked something a little easier than fresh pressed juice. But it was a natural extension of what I was doing from nutrition and fitness background. And it was something that I wanted to provide to my clients. And, I just ended up going all in, and it has taught me so much, where to stay focused depending on your brand and what you offer and the different places of distribution that make sense. Some do, some don't. And, finding what those channels are and really learning to optimize them. So that's what, when I was introduced to you through Kunal, who is the founder of SCAP, and we are an investment group who invests in food and beverage companies. I was excited to meet you, and you and I continued to talk over time. And I thought this was a great fit for this brand. And we have been so pleased with everything that we've been doing with Bobsled so far to grow both of these brands and really build the foundation for the brands.
Well, thank you for that compliment. And thank you so much for setting me up for my next question, which is that Yolked is a pretty new brand, and it really burst onto the scene over the past few months. I know that there was a lot more planning prior to all of that. But what I think you did really well was a coordinated launch, both online and in brick and mortar retail stores, which is your collaboration with Vitamin Shop. So tell us, why you saw an omnichannel approach as important for Yolked, and then also just a little bit about how that all came together.
Sure. Vitamin Shop has been a great partner. We felt like that was the perfect fit and the perfect partner for a brand like Yolked. I still, think that consumers like to go in and ask questions and learn a little bit more. Vitamin Shop has what they call their HEs, their health enthusiasts, and they really take the time to educate consumers on products in their store. And we were able to provide, additional educational tools to those HEs, and that helps to explain the product and gives us some exposure. And I think that complements what you're doing online. I still think that people like to go into stores and explore what's out there and talk to somebody about a particular product, whether they've seen it from something we've done on Facebook or through our, college. We do a lot through colleges to promote the brand. It doesn't matter where they see it, but then if they go into a store, I think it's a great opportunity for them to get to learn more inside of a store as opposed to just online. So we felt like Vitamin Shop was a great partner.
It gives you some legitimacy as well when you're online, because the sports nutrition and supplement space on Amazon is so crowded.
Absolutely.
And so you having that brick and mortar distribution gives you a lot more legitimacy than, because at this time, you're not a particularly well-known brand.
Right. Brand new brand. And this is a new launch. And I think Vitamin Shop is a great place for people to learn more about the brand. And again, I'm a big fan of however a consumer wants to learn more about it, whether it's in a store or online, they should be able to experience the brand in a positive way, no matter where they are, retail or online.
But you didn't stop there. You also coordinated that launch with Amazon too. You saw that was an important distribution channel to get right from the beginning as well.
Absolutely. And, I think Amazon is a place where, we know consumers love to shop because it's easy and, you can either love it or hate it. And I think we have to always go back and think about the consumer. And, what I love about working with Bobsled, your team, is just the constant communication. I mean, I've already been speaking all morning with my team, and I love that we have the control. What I think is important for brands to do when they are on Amazon is to align with someone that they also can, work in a collaborative way so that you have control. I'm not a big fan of just giving it over to someone and hoping that it goes well. I think, we have products that are trademarked, registered, and, we've been able to get brand registry and literally create stores through the Amazon platform. And I think that's, a great way to also build a store where people like to shop. I think that's exciting that you can do that now on Amazon.
Right, with the storefronts.
Yes.
Yeah, the storefronts are really great because it's the only place on Amazon where you've got a dedicated place for your brand that other companies can't advertise on.
Right.
And there's new features you can add, the videos, which are particularly helpful to tell more of the story of the product. And with Yolked, you have proprietary technology, and your Myos Rens is a huge public company that's legitimate and has real technology. So that's going to really set you apart from competitors on Amazon who are more the fly-by-night operators.
Right. And being able to work with a team that helps us control that and watch what's going on around us so that we can really optimize this channel.
Great. So this is compared with a lot of brands who are still playing off their Amazon channel against their brick and mortar partners, is still a commonplace thing. Mm-hmm. But this is more of a sophisticated perspective where these channels can actually fuel each other. And how I get to that point is there was some research from Salesforce and Publicis Sapient around repurchasing. And especially for a product like yours, which is, the whole point is that people are going to keep purchasing it and replenishing their supply, that people prefer to often buy a product for the first time in a store. So in your case, in a vitamin shop where they might be talking with a sales associate, the sales associate recommends the Yolked product, for example, and then the next time they're looking to buy, I don't need to necessarily go back to that vitamin shop to buy the same product I've been using for the last month. I've got it in my hand. I can find it on Amazon. I want to just repurchase it. And that buying experience is so much easier if I can just repurchase it on Amazon. So that's where I think these channels kind of fuel each other. Was that part of the reason why you opted to go for that model?
We did. I think, just like you just said, I think, also just being in the industry for some time now, I'm just, like I said, I'm a big fan of really thinking about how do we create a customer experience that is easy and, no friction for them. And, if they hear about it through the store and then they want to then purchase it however they want to, it should be available to them. And I think that's important to do. And I think if you are doing it with integrity and you're controlling your price and you develop good relationships with your retailers and your partners, that they do work together. I do believe that.
Well, thank you so much, Casey, for coming on the show. It's been great to learn a little bit more about your product and your journey as an entrepreneur and then investor and brand manager for Yolked today. Is there anything that you'd like to share with our listeners, how to stay in touch, learn more about the product, any other things you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, again, we are so excited about our product Yolked. I think it stands in a class by itself. It is one of those products that can help you break through your fitness plateaus and take you to a whole nother level. It is an amazing product. You can check it out on Amazon at Yolked Fortitropin and also on our website at yolked.com. And
that's YOLKED.
YOLKED.
We'll put that in the show notes as well.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks again, Casey.
Thank you, Carrie. Thanks for having me.